In today's video, I'm going to give you a tour of our 600 square foot log home that we built ourselves in 90 days. We've lived here for 14 years now without any public utilities. We grow 90% of all of our food and live 100% off rainwater. First up on our tour of our 600 square foot cabin is our dining area. Right over here, we have a little table that Doug and I got at a garage sale for $75. It's made out of cedar. The whole thing is cedar. Recycle, reuse. Next, we're in probably my favorite area in the whole house, which is the kitchen area. Now, we have been here for 14 years, and if I would change one thing, I would definitely have a little bit more counter space. And we are working on that, so possibly we may be adding some, doing a little rearranging a little later, so you guys can stay tuned for that for future videos. But the kitchen area, it's great. I have everything that I need. I've even added some, little shelving here that I can put some of my ferments when I'm doing them, so I can see them. Because when I do a lot of this stuff, like if you have your sourdough bread, your starters, or your sprouting or whatever, it's good to see it so you can pay attention to it. So that's why I like to have things right here at my kitchen. And as you can look over here, we do live 100% off of rainwater. And so this is the faucet that Doug rigged up. We have gravity fed all the way from the barn right into the house, no pumps or anything. And now over here is probably one of my most favorite things in the whole house. It's my wood burning cook stove. So for a lot of you guys, you might have heating or air conditioning, you might flip a switch. Well, this here in the winter months or when it's colder, I use it, and what it does is it heats the house. I feed it, I put wood inside of there, and then I have ways that I can adjust it. There's a little knob here, just like you'd have 350 or 500. I can adjust this to make it hotter or colder, or make my oven work a little bit hotter or colder, as well as the whole top here. I cook on this right now, as you guys can see in here. Come on closer. I have some chicken chili for dinner. And then later on, I'll probably make some cornbread or something. And I have a regular size oven, just like you guys would have in your house. And I also love this thing too because it's a wonderful dehydrator. So this whole thing, I can put parchment paper in there and I can dehydrate herbs, or I can make jerky, or I can dehydrate anything, fruit. So it works out great. And it's also used as a dryer for my dishes. So once I get done drying or doing my dishes, I put them up here, and from the heat, they dry perfectly, just like a dishwasher, probably even better. Now over here in the back, there's a reservoir that holds, I think, about 11 gallons. It holds quite a bit of water in here. And what it does is the water heats up, and then I have hot water whenever I need it for anything, especially the dishes. And then over here we have our living area. So over here we have a couch, and we also have a rocking chair, and I love a rocking chair because it's made by the local Amish. It's a hickory rocker. And did you guys know on the rocking chairs, there's different types of rocking chairs. So this one is one, I think, it's a bigger one. They have other ones that are much smaller, and I never knew that. And when I found this one, I was really happy because it's very comfortable and it fits all size people. We're going to be going into the back room right now, and Doug built this door right here that you see. And the funny thing is a lot of people think that this goes outside. They kind of see the light going through it, but really it goes into another room. So let's go check it out. And now this back room is a place where we do keep some of our food. And as you can see here, I just love this. We had this made by the Amish, and they kind of custom made it so it fits back in the corner, because I really didn't have a lot of space in here because we didn't want to really put a lot of stuff up on the walls because they're so beautiful. So it's amazing to see how much that I can store in here, and then I have to worry about putting it in some big bulky cabinets on the wall. Now let's talk about refrigeration. So for the past 14 years, we did what you might call primitive refrigeration. So just like your great-grandparents or grandparents might have used the old-time refrigerators that you'd have the ice delivered every week, and then it would melt, and then you'd have to put more ice in it. That's how we lived for many, many years. And then a few years ago, we ended up getting a propane refrigerator that we have next door in our outside kitchen. And unfortunately, in the winter months, the things inside will freeze, so I'm unable to use that. And then about a month ago, we just got our solar hooked up, and I have a real refrigerator for my first time after 14 years. And just a short pivot away is our composting center. So this is our composting toilet. And a lot of people just are like, how could you put your toilet back in your room? But you know, it's 600 square feet. We got to make do with what we got. And this is basically, it's very simple. It is a toilet seat. And then inside is a 5-gallon bucket that we will use sawdust. And I put it in there. So you go to the bathroom and you just cover your stuff. And then close it, and it absorbs all the odors, and we compost it. It makes beautiful, beautiful compost after a couple years. Now you guys ready to go upstairs in the loft to see where we sleep? Come on up. And now welcome to our upstairs. So this is our bedroom, and it's just the right size for a bedroom. You don't need a lot of space, and so it's beautiful. Doug did a great job. He put these cedar planks on the ceiling here. And the cool thing about it, it's good against bugs, repellent for bugs, as well as we had the local Amish make his dresser and my dresser. So it's all cedar. So it works out great. And this room is probably one of my little favorite places to be. This is our bed. And at the end, I have one of those old chests that you might get when you would travel across the seas on a ship. When my grandparents came over here from Armenia in the earlier 1900s, this is what they brought over. So I have a couple of these that are like one of my prized possessions, and I keep all our blankets and things in here. Because you know what? When we used to live in the city and we had our house, you know, we had a big bedroom, a great big bed. This is just a full-size bed, and we don't need a lot of room. So it works out great. And you know what? A funny thing is people are always asking us, how are you guys going to go up and down those steps when you get a little older? Well, Doug and I do it every single day. We're doing it. And for all of us, you know, when you stop moving, then you're not going to be able to move anymore. So we're going to keep moving. And if you guys want to see how we do, you just got to stay tuned to see how we manage those steps. But you guys know, this was 600 square foot. It didn't take very long to see our little house. And besides that, you know, we spend a lot of time outside. You don't need a lot of space. It was so cathartic when we left our like 3,000 square foot home with all these rooms that no one spent any time in. I mean, we have people now, our family, everyone comes over. I mean, you don't need a lot of space. You'll have 15 people in here. You got your chairs, the couch. Everyone just comes and hangs out. It works out great. We don't need all that space anymore. And it's so much easier to clean too.
Well, that's a tour of our 600 square foot log cabin. And don't forget, we're giving away that Ford F-150 right there at the end of this month, January. Stacy just walked you through our whole little 600 square foot setup. We built that cabin in 90 days with no carpentry experience. So if you guys want to leave the city and live off grid, you could probably do it too. It takes a while. You got to have grit, but you could do it. All right, make sure you guys are subscribed to our channel. Make sure you go to offgridwithdougandstacy.com to register for that giveaway. It's over at the end of this month, and all the details are there at the website. All right, see you on the next video.
Did you guys know that in the 16, 17, and 1800s, chocolate was consumed as a beverage? There was no such thing as a chocolate candy bar. Well, we're bringing chocolate tea back to the 21st century because it's loaded with antioxidants our body loves, and it's a great source of magnesium that's wonderful for bone and heart health. It's a great addition to your coffee machine or your French press, or just along with your favorite sweetener. You can find it at offgridwithdougandstacy.com, along with our brand new tea infuser, simple to use for easy steeping. Cheers!